Karoline, unlike the previous president, who never spoke to the press, I know you are working with a president who has already addressed the media multiple times in the last 3 days. How does that impact your job? Does it make it easier or more difficult?
Makes it easier because the American people are hearing directly from the leader of the free world, and this is the type of truth and transparency that they deserve. On Monday, within literally minutes of President Trump showing up at his new office, the beautiful Oval Office, he did a more than 60-minute press conference, taking questions from the press, providing them with honest answers. The following day, he did another press conference in the Roosevelt Room at the White House, and then yesterday he did his first sit-down interview that aired on Fox News last night. So this is exactly the type of truth and transparency the American people deserve. And when it comes to President Trump, unlike his predecessor, Joe Biden, he makes the decisions in this White House. And it is my job to effectively communicate those decisions and his message to the American people.
Yeah, Karoline, so the former president rarely spoke to the press, and your predecessor, KJP, also rarely spoke to the media. And when she did, it was usually just to the radical left-wing media. Do you see yourself going into hostile environments and talking about the president's successes and agendas with everyone out there and not just on one side or the other?
Of course, absolutely. It's a priority of this president, again, as you have seen on display this week, to be transparent and accessible to all forms of media. That includes the legacy biased anti-Trump media. It also includes new untraditional media like podcasters and social influencers. And our office will have more announcements on that front very soon on how we are going to be the most accessible White House. And if you talk to some reporters that are working here, they will tell you they are quite pleased with what they've seen from President Trump and from our team, giving them honest, accurate information. And by the way, that's very easy to do when you have the truth on your side and you have the support of the American people too. And if you look at the current polling, there was a New York Times poll this past week showing that the majority of the American people wildly support President Trump's agenda right now.
Yeah, they do. That's what we're seeing in a lot of polls right now. And we know that President Trump has spent the first few days addressing the press himself, as we said. So any idea when you will get behind the podium for the first time and do your first press briefing?
Well, I talked to President Trump about that yesterday, and we will have an announcement on it very soon. I look forward to taking the podium and to answering questions from all of the voices in the media. They are welcome to cover this White House. We will give them honest and accurate information, and I look forward to doing that.
So, Karoline, as you know, both myself, Hogan Gidley, in an earlier hour, we used to work there in the White House along with you, and we were talking about the things that we missed the most in those 4 years. I said it was the nitro coffee from the Navy mess. Was there anything you were really looking forward to when you got back into the White House?
Just being here is so incredible. As you know, Mark, having walked through the halls of the West Wing yourself, it's such a special place. And every morning I thank God for having this job. It's a lot of work, especially working for President Trump. We have been here for 12 to 15 hours a day since he was sworn in on Monday, and that pace is not expected to stop. This president knows that he only has 4 years to complete all of the very important promises that he made to the American people, as you heard him talk about in his interview last night on Fox News. All of the issues America is facing are solvable. It will take some time. It will also take some money, unfortunately, but President Trump is focused on solving the problems that all of the American people are facing. So we are working very hard, that I can assure you, but it's such a special place to be, and we're just so honored and excited to be here.
Karoline, great to have you on this morning. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Great to see you both. Thanks so much.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.